What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. And before we get into today's video, I just want to say, if you're a fan of those legends of the game, I would definitely recommend subscribing to the channel. Also, guys, if this is content that you enjoy, I would greatly appreciate it if you'd posterize that like button. And in the comments down below, guys, let me know a legend you'd like to see me do a build on. Past or present, I'd be more than happy to do that build for you. And with that being said, let's get right into this video. So guys, Hubert Davis, he's one of those players that I feel like if he were to be put in today's NBA, he would do really, really well. He was just such a good shooter. And he played at a time when shooting wasn't something that was really focused on. Obviously you had players that were shooting threes, like Reggie Miller and things. But for the most part, three-point shooting, it was just overlooked. The game was more focused on big men and the mid-range and finishing at the basket. So Davis was just kind of out of place. Very similar to, guys like Steve Kerr. They were out of place in the time that they played in. And had they played in today's NBA, I feel like they would be much more utilized for their abilities, and their strengths. It would be much more on display. People just didn't get to see how good Hubert Davis was because shooting wasn't the primary focus at the time, and it's unfortunate, but that's the way it was in the NBA at that time. So. If he were in today's NBA, I think he would do really, really well. And he's actually, I think it's tomorrow night. He's got the Tar Heels in the Final Four, and I think they play Duke, the Battle of North Carolina. And got to be honest, guys, I'm hoping the Tar Heels win. Being from Kentucky, as most of you know, I'm not a fan of Duke. Not at all. I really respect, Coach K and some of the amazing players that have came out of that program. But I don't like Duke and it boils down to really two players. Two players have really made me dislike that program. One being Christian Laettner, obviously. And I don't like Grayson Allen. I really don't. I feel like they're both dirty players. And, bear in mind that this is coming from someone that grew up watching guys like Bill Laimbeer and things like that. But, I don't know. I just feel like some of the things that Laettner did and, things like Grayson Allen, things like that, I just don't agree with. I just don't. That just made me, those two players have pretty much made me dislike that program. I respect the hell out of the coach and guys like Grant Hill, and things like that. But, for the most part, for, those two players, I have nothing for them. I've tried making this video a few different times, guys. My allergies are just not cooperating with me, and I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry if I sound like I'm winded or anything like that. It's just, it's been really difficult this spring for whatever reason. But I don't like doing these builds and not talking a little bit about the players that I'm doing the build on, because I feel like some of the times, I feel like that's why some of y'all come here to watch it. I know some people are just focus on the builds or whatever. But, I like to talk about the players a little bit. Now, of course, guys, I should have just told you what I was doing, but we're going to go pure green, obviously. And, with doing that, we want to go speed as our pie chart. So, now with this build, guys, you're going to max out your close shot, your driving layup, and your driving dunk. And then you're going to max out your mid-range shot, your three-point shot, and your free throw. Now, I would take this up just to, I think it's 76, just to get that 30th shooting badge. And then I would max out pass accuracy, ball handling, and then I would take post control up just to 36, just to get that 12th playmaking badge. Because in all honesty, guys, I mean, this right here is really all you're going to really use on a Hubert Davis build, really. Because that's what he was best at. That was his greatest asset. He wasn't, an elite defender or anything. He wasn't an elite finisher at the basket. He was just a really phenomenal shooter, and that's what we want to focus on in this build. So, and I know that there's going to probably be people like, man, Hubert Davis didn't have that good of steal and all that, and I get that. But the thing is, guys, we've only got so many points that we can, or attributes that we can, put toward shooting. And, once we do that, I mean, we have to put them somewhere. And when I do these builds, even if it's a player build like this that was just more of a shooter, just a pure shooter and a shooter only, I do the build this way because I want the build to be playable. I want it to be something that if you do this build, you're going to enjoy it. Okay? For the body shape, guys, it really depends on you. We're going to, of course, be 6'5", and then 183. Now, guys, here is one thing I would tell you about this build. You could leave the wingspan right here if you want to. Me, personally, I would take it up 2 notches because you only get pluses. You get no minuses for doing that. You don't even lose anything on ball handling, which was just great because you're only going to get pluses, and it makes this build play better. I get it if, those are things that you may not necessarily have in a Davis build normally. But it's free points, guys. And I'm just here to tell you, I would take advantage of that. You don't have to, but I would. Now, for your takeover, I would do spot up shooter. I feel like that's the best one. And you would build a sharp shooting facilitator with shades of Pete Maravich, Tyler Hero, Desmond Bain. I'm kind of shocked to see the Pete Maravich build in, shades of. Because Maravich, while he was a great shooter, no doubt, he was more known for his playmaking and his flashy passing. For the one finishing, guys, Acrobat's the way to go. For the 30 shooting badges, guys, you've got so many to choose from. Hot Zone Hunter, Limitless Spot Up, Dead Eye, Corner Specialist, Blinders, Catch and Shoot. I feel like those are all a must for this build. I feel like those all work really, really well. I would do Circus 3s as well. And I would do Volume Shooter and Sniper on bronze. Everything else is going to be Hall of Fame. Now, you could pick something different if you want. I went with Volume Shooter on this one because you shoot so many shots, and it really does give you a bonus. So it's worth doing. One moment, guys. Okay, I'm so sorry about that, but anyway, for the 12 playmaking badges, guys, Unpluckable is definitely a good one. Space Creator and Glue Hands. Those are 3 that I would definitely use, and you could put Bullet Passer, you could do Stop and Go, Quick First Step, whatever you prefer. But I would say you want Glue Hands, Space Creator, and Unpluckable on this build. Glue Hands, I know it just says that it helps you quickly put the ball on the floor with the difficult pass, but in the times that I've used it, guys, it really does feel like it also helps you get up a good shot, a good clean shot that you can make. Now for the 7 defensive badges, guys, Clamps, going to do Intimidator and Interceptor. Now, if you want to switch these 2 out or these 2 out, you could do that. That's really up to you. These badges, like I say, guys, a lot of the times, these are just the way that I do the builds and the way that the builds work best for me. Something entirely different may work for you. So if you find something different that works for you, use it by all means. These are more or less just a suggestion. They're not anything that you definitely have to do. And guys, I really feel like this is a really good Hubert Davis build. If you're someone that you like shooters and you like to be able to shoot the ball really, really well, this is the build for you. Because once you get this build maxed out, guys, you're going to have 99 3-point, mid-range, and free throw. You're going to be able to shoot lights out. And this build plays so nice with doing that. But you're not just a pure shooter. You're not going to be a liability on defense, and if your shot's not there, you can create for others with this build. It's a really fun build to play with. So if that's something that you like, I would definitely say go for it. This is the build for you. And guys, if you enjoyed this video, I would greatly appreciate it if you would posterize that like button. If you enjoy those legends of the game, I would recommend subscribing to the channel. And in the comments down below, guys, I would love to see a legend you'd like to see me do a build on. Past or present, it doesn't matter. I'll be more than happy to do that build for you. And with that being said, have a wonderful day, night, evening, wherever you are. Have a good one.